Springtime is here and Dollar Tree every season has these burlap rolls that I absolutely love to craft with. They come in different styles depending on the season. I already had several of them at home and I also got a couple new ones. We're going to start with this beautiful striped as pink and teal and white, and it's just gorgeous. I'm also going to take this leftover roll, you know what I'm talking about, like from either a vinyl or wrapping paper. We're going to make an umbrella wreath. Now, I just want to kind of dry fit it first to know how much I want to cut off. And then using a serrated knife, very carefully, I'm just going to cut it off. I'm going to take some aluminum foil and we're just going to create that little curved portion of the umbrella. So it's going to look like a little mini cane. So I'm just going to keep adding foil as needed until I have the shape that I want. I'm also going to secure it using some masking tape. I had it in the shape that I wanted. I covered the entire thing with masking tape and then covered it with some nautical rope from Dollar Tree. You can find these year round. And I'm just going to keep rolling it around and securing it in place with hot glue as needed until the entire top portion is covered where I don't see the masking tape anymore. And this is what it should kind of look like. All right, so now we are going to take the burlap fabric and we're just going to just wrap it around, creating what will kind of look like a umbrella. So we are going to tie it with some jute string. However, we're not going to tighten it very tight because I do want to put some florals in there. So just snug it up, but don't tie it very tight. I'm going to start grabbing some of these greeneries. These are just some I had on hand from Dollar Tree as well as Walmart. We're just going to start adding a little bit of hot glue and start placing them here and there so they kind of pour towards the top of the umbrella. I decided to add these pop of beautiful color flowers. Oh my goodness, are they beautiful? They're from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start adding them again here and there. This flower bead garland is from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to remove the actual flower from it, but I'm going to keep the beads because I do want to create some sort of something around that center where we had the jute string. So I'm going to remove some of the beads as needed, creating a nice space in between the beads so that it's bare and it can wrap around the center. We're just going to kind of hang it and just kind of tie it as needed. And then that way it's just going to add a little bit of texture and character. And then we're going to add a little pink flower right there in the center just to finish things off. And I got to tell you, this one's definitely one of my favorites. What a gorgeous wreath to display in your front door. Love, love, love the way it turned out. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of these little wood round kind of frame pieces. You can find these year-round in different shapes and sizes, and this round one is gorgeous. There's actually not much to be done to it. Now, I did decide to brighten up the border. You don't have to. Trust me, it's beautiful as is. I just wanted it to be a little bit brighter. So I'm just going to take Waverly Chalkman in the white and a small brush and just kind of give it one coat here and there to brighten things up. I did sand down a couple of places where I just kind of dipped the paint a little too far in. All right, so now we're going to take this beautiful polka dot, similar to the first one, but this one has pink and white polka dot burlap fabric, and we're just going to iron it out just a little bit to remove some of the wrinkles and some of those curves and curls because it does come very, very curled. We're going to cut off a piece that's going to fit half of the wood round. I'm going to use my finger protector because if you work with burlap, you know that it will seep through when you're using hot glue. So we're just going to start attaching it all the way around half of the wood round. And this is already looking so cute. So now we're going to flip it over and we're just going to cut it as close as possible to the edge using my scissors, but you can also use an X-Acto knife if you'd like. All right, so now we're created a pocket, and now you can do all kinds of things with this. You can leave it as is and add florals in the pocket. I wanted to have it more as a kind of letter and note holder. So I'm going to add some of this greenery on top, attaching it with hot glue, and a cute little pop of pink flowers from Dollar Tree right there in the center, just to kind of bring everything together. Now I'm going to use some of these Dollar Tree thumbtacks. You can find this in the office aisle, and we're just going to add a few, one on each side. And the way I do it so that they're nicely even, I'm going to add one on each upper side, and then I'm going to add one directly in the bottom, the center portion, and then one in each center of each side. That way they're going to be as close as possible to evenly spaced. This is coming together nicely. I had this piece of scrap paper left over. I'm just going to wiggle it around and I'm just going to write a little cute note for my daughter. Have a beautiful day, Mom. And we're just going to place it right there. This could be a little communication space where you can just place notes back and forth. You can put photos, whatever you want. Love, love, love the way this one turned out. I love these wood rounds. What do you think? I'd love to know your thoughts on this one. Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to start by printing off the shape of a butterfly. I printed it in the size of about 4 inches, just so that you know. This is a book with craft paper. I'm going to choose a design that I think is going to look great for what I'm envisioning with this. And then I'm going to cut off the excess paper around the butterfly. I'm going to place the butterfly exactly where I want it, depending on the design of the paper. Put some carbon paper in between and just trace it with a tracing tool. I do have this carbon paper in my Amazon store. It is linked down below in the description box. Love using it. It's a great alternative to not owning a Cricut or a cutting machine. Once it's traced, we're just going to cut it. As simple as that. We're just going to cut it all the way around. So let me explain what we're doing. I want to create a butterfly. This is going to be a 3D, very textured, very layered butterfly. I'm also going to go and use my laminating sheet. This is a leftover piece in my laminator, and we are going to just create a see-through clear plastic. It was leftover, why not? I'm going to trace it onto the clear plastic once again, and then just cut. Now, the goal here is to have 3 layers, okay? We're going to have a layer of the craft paper, a layer of the clear plastic that I'm cutting now, and a layer of the burlap fabric. Now, I am going to wipe off the mark from the carbon, and it wiped really well. On the leftover piece of plastic, we are going to spray adhesive with this Gorilla spray, which I do have in my Amazon store. And I'm going to place the fabric right on top and then trace a butterfly on the back side. So on the side that is plastic. And again, we're just going to cut. Now, I did have to trim several of the butterflies because I want the top butterfly to be smaller and then the next one a little bigger and then the last one a lot bigger. So this is kind of what it's looking like. It's just so that you have a visual of what I'm seeing. All right, so we're going to put everything together, and because I want it to have a 3D look, I do want to fold the wings just a little bit towards the front. That way they're going to flip over just a little bit and add that nice 3D look. We're going to hot glue one butterfly on top of each other, and then the last one's going to be the craft paper one. And look how cute that's looking. In the crafting aisle at Dollar Tree, you can find these wood beads, and they are in the shape of like maybe an oval. They're really unique. I'm going to take a pink one. I'm just going to hot glue it right there in the center. Now we're going to take some buttons, and we're just going to hot glue several in different shades that really complement the entire design. And just hot glue them here and there. This was inspired by one I saw on Pinterest, and I just thought I have to recreate one and make it a spring one. All right, so now finally we're going to take a clothespin from Dollar Tree, and we're just going to hot glue the butterfly right there, right on the top. Now we can attach this butterfly to any floor arrangement, anywhere in your home. How fun is this? Love the texture, love the layers, and I love that you can also even put a magnet behind it and use it on your refrigerator. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take a wooden slide, 2 wooden slices actually, a medium size and a small one, as well as yellow paint and black paint. We're going to paint the larger wood slice in this beautiful yellow because we are going to stay in the animal theme, in the insect theme. And we're going to create a cute bead decorative piece. So we're just going to paint it and give it one coat. I really like that it's a little bit see-through. Really love that. All right, so for the smaller one, we're going to take this beautiful bee burlap fabric roll from Dollar Tree. We're going to cut off a piece, and we are going to adhesive spray it onto the wood slice. So we're just going to spray it, let it kind of get tacky a little bit, and place it right there, making sure that the bee design is right in the center. We're going to cut off the excess, again, using my scissors, and then we are going to drill a couple of holes. So we are going to use my permanent marker, and we're just going to mark where I want to drill, and I'm just going to drill the holes right on top. We're creating little antennas, and we're also going to create places where we can put legs. Now I'm using pipe cleaners, so that way we can curl them and use them as needed. So I'm going to drill, and then I'm going to add a dab of glue, and then we're going to add the antennas first, and then the legs. I did decide to trim off just a little bit. They seem a little long. Now for the antennas, we're going to curl it just a little bit using one of my paintbrushes, and I just thought it's so cute. And then we're going to sort of kind of bend the legs. Now the yellow paint is now dry, so we're going to create black stripes, and we're going to give it a little bit of a curve. We're just going to use Waverly chalk paint in the ink tone, and we're going to make 3 stripes. While that is drying, we are going to take even more leftover plastic from the laminating sheet, and we're going to create wings for our bee. I'm just going to freehand what I think wings will look like, and I'm using my permanent marker. Once I have it cut, I'm just going to cut it around, and then we're going to use that first one to trace for a second one. That way they're going to be very similar in size and shape. Once they are cut, I do want to create just a darker edge. So we are going to line the second one as well as darken the first one. And then we're going to add some details in the center of each. Again, do whatever you want. We're going to attach it to the bee. Now, I did decide later on, and I'll show you, to move them down just a bit, just to show you the process. So we're going to hot glue them right there to the back. I'm going to make a couple, or actually 4, marks on the larger wood round, and we're just going to drill holes again to add more legs. Now that the legs are attached, we just kind of bend them down however you want, trim as needed, and we're going to join both pieces together using a popsicle stick and hot glue. That's all you need. And then this is when I decided to remove the wings and just add them just a little bit lower. They just looked a little too high, and that way it's going to look nice and beautiful. All right, so now we're going to drill a hole on the top because I want this to kind of work as an ornament and just something that you can just hang it anywhere because bees do fly. I added some black jute string, and I think it's so stinking cute. I love, love, love the way this one turned out. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.